Hello, my name is Nobody, and I'm talking to anybody and everyone who is willing to listen and understand our world's situation today. The current predicament of this world is not a matter of things happening recently, but there is a long background which has led humanity to where it stands today. As of now, we as human beings have become self-centered, uncaring, uncompassionate, egoistic, indifferent towards others. In other words, we don't feel anything anymore unless it is about our own petty lives and its petty affairs. The question everyone is asking today is how to save the planet from pollution, global warming, its wars, etc., which are very big threats to our existence. But these are wrong questions because in my opinion, the right question is why? Why do we want to save the planet from impending doom? Are we a loving, innocent, compassionate, caring race? And if the answer is no on each count, then what is it that is so precious that we want to save? We want to search within ourselves as to what is it that we are doing wrong. What is it that has made us breathing, walking, talking zombies? Vasudev Kutumbakam is what Lord Krishna said thousands of years ago. What he meant by that was that the whole world is a family. Over the years, the family feeling shrank to only my country is my family, then to only my state is my family, to only my city, to only a certain part of my city, to only my immediate area, to only my family, to only my immediate nuclear family, to only me as my body. And then what now? How small do we get? We have become so egoistic and small that nothing more fits in my notion of myself. If you look at spirituality, then there is nothing called myself or his self or yourself. There is only one self, and that is common to all. But what does this self mean is another discussion for another day. Returning to the plight of the world, earlier, if you remember, relations between countries had many facets. They were, of course, ethical, trade and commerce, but there was also cultural, artistic give and take. Now it's only business. How much and how long can you benefit me determines my friendship with you. Think of nations as human beings. If my relationship with another human being depends upon how he can benefit me, and if he cannot benefit me, then how long will that relationship last? Countries are changing friends within months, if not weeks. A country which was supposedly your country's friend becomes your country's enemy in degrees over financial, material issues. We look upon one country as our best friend today, and before you know, if that country doesn't do our bidding, we start looking at it skeptically. By we, I mean we the people. Since the level of awareness of our surroundings has become so immediate, thanks to social media and means of information communication, now let's take a look at our leaders. With the exception of a very few of them who have a conscience, the rest, which is almost 95%, are no better than the people they are ruling. There is a saying that people generally get the rulers they deserve. Our so-called leaders, and particularly of the Western world, have exposed themselves time and again over the years. In the recent Russian conflict, they have shown how spineless and untrustworthy they are. Wasn't Putin and his predecessors saying it again and again over the years to stay away from making Russian neighbors and erstwhile breakaways into NATO members? What was it that was not audible enough? Why didn't they listen? I'll tell you why. It is not that by making those NATO members, these Western countries would benefit in many ways, except one, as they keep saying that one for all and all for one. It is because they don't care. They never conceived that Putin means business and that Ukraine would be the last straw. These Western countries thought that if they could deploy more and more weapons in Russia's backyard, that would mean more and more weapon orders for their pals in the weapon industry. Well, the gist of it is that any more provocation or a miscalculation, and it could all very well explode in our faces. And no matter how deep these so-called leaders and their families dig themselves in their underground bunkers, they cannot be saved. And think about it. Even if they can still live, what kind of life would it be? Because life is not just breathing. Thanks. Bye for now.